Greetings, as my grandparents used to say, greetings and salutations. I apologize for missing our recent phone call. I really enjoy our phone calls, but as you can well tell by now, I am calendar challenged. It's just not my strong suit, sorry to say, because I really miss our conversations when I miss them. I'd like to say that it's all due to Parkinson's, but I think it's a more basic character flaw of my own rather than anything to do with Parkinson's. If I'd been on the call, one of the first things I'd have done was to ask about the recent rains in the Philadelphia area and the Middle Atlantic coast down to Washington, D.C. We saw in the news that Philadelphia was flooded, and I assume that happened down in D.C. as well. So, Frank and Bill and all, did you guys suffer from flooding, or did you ride it out okay? I trust everything went well, but you never know for sure. On my end, I wanted to share a little bit about what's going on with me. I'm still very much doing rock steady boxing. I do that twice a week. In addition, I started to go to another kind of training through a CrossFit gym. It's not boxing, it's a gym type workout, somewhat customized for those of us with Parkinson's disease. This past Friday, class began Tai Chi for Parkinson's, taught by a really fine Tai Chi teacher who's both an expert in Tai Chi and quite knowledgeable about Parkinson's symptoms and how to treat them in terms of Tai Chi. So that's proving to be quite interesting. I'm active in our two different local poetry communities, and I still serve on the library board of trustees, and I find that quite fulfilling. All in all, I'd say I'm in pretty good shape as far as Parkinson's is concerned. I certainly still have the Parkinson's shuffle and the tremor in my left hand, left side. Although that comes and goes, and I'd say more goes than comes. So I think probably between the medication and the exercise and so on, that the tremor has decreased over the last maybe year. Hard to say exactly. One of the things I did want to say is I was reminded of this some months ago. I was sitting in a poetry event with a poet friend of mine who was asking me how I was, meaning how is my Parkinson's situation. And then she said, which I thought was an excellent question, she asked, is it all right if I ask you how you are, meaning Parkinson's? And I was very appreciative of the question. And I said to her, you're always welcome to ask me and I'll always respond. But here's the deal. It's not always clear to me how to answer that question because Parkinson's, it's not one thing. It doesn't always affect me the same way on any given day. And there's kind of ebbs and flows in my experience of it. So I'm not embarrassed or shy to be asked the question, but I don't know that I always have a really good answer. But if you're wondering how I'm doing, just always feel free to ask me. Don't hold back. I think one of the things that I made a decision about early on, as you know, is to let people know what my circumstance is and was. And I want to keep going with that. I think one of the good pieces of news about things like Parkinson's, stroke, ALS, dementia, and so on, is that people are not feeling the need to be closeted any longer and are willing to be out there in the world. So that's the report from here. Along with this, I'm sending a poem that I wrote that I think you'll find interesting, and a talk that I gave at Turks and Caicos at that 60th high school reunion called The Unexpected Community. And I hope you like both of them. Anyway, I will be on our next call, come hell or high water. I really appreciate each and every one of you, and I'm so sorry to miss the call. I hope the end of the summer is proving good for you, and we'll see you on the call in the fall. And that's all.